Before I react to the Battlefield 2042 trailer, a trailer I have not watched yet, so you'll be seeing my first time impressions of this, and we'll talk about it. I want to let you guys know that, in case you don't know, E3 is coming up this weekend, and the Summer Games Fest is happening today, so I want to let you guys know what we plan to do with that. So, today, Thursday, whatever it is, the 10th, Summer Games Fest is starting, and it's going to be starting here in like an hour. And I have to try and stay off the internet because we are going to be doing a live stream tonight around midnight PST, Pacific Standard Time, in which we will watch it and react to it. And we invite you guys to come hang out. And then on Saturday, we're planning on doing a stream as the events happen around noon. We'll be doing a live stream then as well. So Saturday, noon PST, we'll be doing another stream. Sunday, we're going to be doing another stream around midnight because I will not be home then. So another day where I have to stay off the internet for the whole day as much as I can and try to not see or hear anything. We'll be doing another stream then where we will be reacting to everything shown that day, and then Monday, Tuesday as well, we'll be doing a midnight stream. So pretty much midnight streams, Pacific Standard Time. I live on the west coast of the United States. We'll be doing midnight streams of all the events of E3 and the Games Fest. Outside of Saturday, we'll be doing it on noon or at noon. So if you'd like to join us, hang out, talk with us as we watch these things, you're invited to do that. If anything comes up, we will just film it and then upload it. But because of the amount of stuff we're going to be watching, I'd rather just stream it. And I think that'd be more fun for you guys too if you want to join us. Also know that, like I said before, we are not going to be going in knowing what's happening. We might hear a couple things here or there because it's almost impossible to get through a whole day without hearing something. But we're going to try and go in as blind as possible. So if you join us, please don't spoil stuff for us so we can have more genuine reactions. But if you do, it's not that big a deal, but it'd be more fun if we could go in without knowing what we're going to see. So that is the plan. Today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we have streams happening. Again, midnight Pacific Standard Time for most of those days, except for Saturday. We're starting early, noon, watching all the things that happen then. So come hang out with us. And then, download Operation Tango, Virtua Fighter 5, Star Wars Squadrons, and Minecraft. Those are what we're talking about at the end of the month. I spent too much time on this intro, so let's just jump into it. All right, as you guys know, Battlefield 2042 has been shown off. They showed it yesterday, and I have not watched this trailer yet, but I do know the name, of course, and because it'd be impossible for me not to know it if I am looking it up to watch it. So I'm going to watch this, react to the trailer, and then I have some info. I tried looking up info for this game, and everybody had these long, drawn-out articles about blah, 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 all sorts of dumb shit, talking about Battlefield 5, and luckily, I always forget how to say his name, but Nibble on Twitter has a breakdown of info for this game we'll go through as well. Before we watch this, I just want to say, big Battlefield fan, been playing Battlefield since 1942. Have always very much enjoyed Battlefield, even Battlefield 5, a game I swore off buying because of the controversy. I didn't like the way EA or DICE handled that, and I was just like, I'm not going to give you my money, so I didn't. The only Battlefield I haven't liked is Hardline. I think Hardline was an interesting experiment, but not a good game. Outside of that, love Battlefield. Love 2142. I was hoping for 2142, but it seems like we're getting that without, the one, minus 100 years. So, or 2143 would have been sick. Anyway, this is going to be slightly futuristic, but also kind of modern, which is, I guess, is a sweet spot for them to hit, hopefully. I'm hoping this game will be bigger and better than ever when it comes to Battlefield. Hopefully we get the big team battles like we expect. I highly expect that. I've heard rumors of no campaign. I'm 100% okay with that, as long as they put all that effort they would have put into that, into the multiplayer. And yeah, I want it to be a good game. I want it to be big, crazy. They got really into the Levolution and events that happen in 4. I expect that to be a thing here. And I heard rumors that they're going to have more people than ever on the servers in matches. And I expect, nothing too crazy. It used to be like 64, so I assume they'll go like, I don't know, 120 something probably. So we will see. Going back to the mag days of PlayStation 3, if you guys remember that game. So without talking too much, let's just jump into this video and see what this trailer's like. It's 5 minutes long. It's a big trailer. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Come on, Battlefield. Get me excited. I miss being excited for Battlefield. I want the fucking dun 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 dun. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to hopefully not be disappointed. Is that peak level? Bye. Falling, parachuting, glider suit. That's futuristic. Dogbot. Ooh, he's fast. More like Gorilla Bot. I'm already getting a huge sense of like scale, which is something Battlefield does well, but these maps, and obviously this isn't in-game, but they're kind of emphasizing the scale of even like the buildings and stuff, so, which makes sense. 4 had like skyscrapers and shit. Guys hop down like he's getting a treat. Pop gets a treat. Grabbing fucking dog tags. Oh god. I'm a fan of what they're doing with the music here. Everything else is fucking cool. Music's kind of reminding me of like a Call of Duty trailer, which kind of sucks. I was hoping they wouldn't do that. This is cool. All these locations look dope. That's really like what they're doing with the cameras and shit. The camera angles. Hate when that happens. It's the worst. Or wherever this is going. Fish in a barrel. I'ma take him out. Jets, cool. Back to Jets. He's gonna do the fucking... Is he really gonna do it? Oh my god, okay, they're owning up to that, I guess. That's funny. I didn't see gameplay. I'm just kind of low-key stoked right now to play a new Battlefield. Tornado. Everything's fucking cute. I mean, it's a tornado, but scale. This whole game's just scale. Everything it's shown so far is just huge. Some more familiar sound effects than this in Battlefield 4. Imagine you're just in the middle of a fucking war, and just a huge tornado just shows up for sucking people up. It's an interesting dynamic, the tornado, but also having a wingsuit. You're just gonna be like flying around in a fucking tornado shooting each other. That'd be a little fucking crazy. Battlefield 2042. I just real quick gameplay reveal June 13th, just in time for E3. Ooh, I'm excited. One thing, I love the color scheme of Battlefield 2042. The like tealish green neon colors, very cool looking. Game engine footage. I mean, it's still pre-rendered, so it might as well be CG, but it's still pretty impressive because it looks great. But it is Frostbite, so it might not play the best, but it's gonna look fantastic. First off, the trailer did what it's supposed to do. It got me fucking pumped. My biggest complaint, I'll start there. I don't like what they do with the music. I liked like the hard hitting expected sounds, but the song in the background getting blended in, I'm not a fan. That was kind of dorky. And very Call of Duty-esque. It kind of reminded me of Call of Duty. But outside of that, this is a pre-rendered, might as well be CG, cinematic, but I think it did a good job. It really kind of shows off the tone, the setting, the atmosphere, what we're getting weapon-wise, character, soldier-wise, the robot, gorilla dog-wise, vehicles. We get a sense of scope and scale with like these tight quarters fights like right here, but also seeing people on skyscrapers, driving ATVs off of them and hitting helicopters. We saw the famous fucking scenario from the video from back in the day where the jet flies up in the air, the guy jumps out, shoots a rocket, jumps back in it. They're just owning that apparently, even though that was ridiculous. I remember back in the day, I brought this up a million times on the show. Back in the day when Call of Duty and Battlefield were more at odds and everybody was like arguing which one's the best, people would be like, Battlefield's the more realistic one. It's realistic, blah, blah, blah. Call of Duty's not realistic. And then like you see stuff like that in Battlefield where people like just jump out of jets, fucking shoot other people with a rocket launcher and then get back into their jet. I've seen a video where a guy like hijacks someone else's jet after fucking killing the guy. They like jumps out and snipes him or something like that and then takes the jet. I don't remember. It's fucking crazy. And then also just at a basic level, you can throw med kits at people and you heal them. You're essentially a caster healer at that point. So anyway, that argument was always ridiculous. But it seems like they're definitely embracing that zaniness a little bit. I don't know if that's good or not. I think it's kind of funny, and it's kind of like in on the meme, but especially this late. That was Battlefield 3 that happened, but it could just be for fun, or they could be really leaning into that craziness. I don't know if I'd be too into that, because I do like that Battlefield does try to be a little more, even though I hesitate to say realistic, since I just kind of shit on that, tonally and pacing, it does try to be like, warfare. So, but there's wingsuits in this, so maybe the soldiers are better equipped to be doing insane shit like that. And it's a cool scene. I like the way they did this, the physics, the way the guy's flying in the air and shoots. It's pretty badass. I'll give him that, but it's ridiculous. Yeah. So we got the big team battles though. A lot of dudes run around shooting, robot dogs running around. Wonder how that's going to work. I wonder if that's something you call in or something you pull up and pilot, which would make more sense. Also, if you look here, it looks like we have different kinds of soldiers, which is nothing new to Battlefield. You have like medics, engineers, stuff like that in the other Battlefield games. Here you got, it seems like the wingsuit guy. He's dressed differently than the people. Then you got what seems like some kind of grunt type dude. But then you have this guy who's dressed up in something a little more robust. He's got like a bigger suit on. I don't know what this entails. Gun seems big too, so maybe he's a different kind of soldier, which is pretty cool. Nothing new about it. I even noticed that in the very beginning when they're all kind of hanging out and running, that this guy's dressed different than other people. At first I was like, is he supposed to be like a pilot? But I'm like, there's no like pilot class in Battlefield, so that would make sense. And then he's got the wing diver suit on, which kind of tells me he's a different type of class, which is cool. I kind of like the idea of maybe certain people can fly around, other people can't. Makes sense. Maybe certain people can bring in this fucking robot dog, which would be kind of cool. Kind of specializing things you can do, which again, nothing new. ATV, maybe driving ATVs into fucking helicopters is a specialization. It's a spell you cast, makes sense. Casting tornadoes. What is this thing going on in this person's head? I don't know what the fuck that is. So we're seeing a big tornado as well. This is pretty crazy looking, but also kind of on brand with Battlefield. Since about Battlefield 4, they start getting really crazy on the Levolution, having storms and stuff that happen. See, this guy looks completely different than other people. Kind of tells me they're going to really lean into classes being pretty different feeling. So this gets me kind of excited, but also I don't want to get too excited. But the idea of like tornadoes happening and kind of changing up the pace of the battle is really fucking cool. Hopefully it will like kind of halt things or change things, change the dynamic. We're seeing vehicles flying into this too, so that would be insane if that's a thing. But it's kind of on brand because like the Levolution before they've done with the storms and major destruction, skyscrapers collapsing, stuff like that. So this just seems like bigger and crazier than ever. I'll wait till I see it in gameplay to really get too excited about it, but the concept is pretty fucking cool. I assume because it's not post-apocalyptic, but like not too distant future, it's probably going to be playing with the whole global warming thing, so storms and stuff like that is going to be worse, I can only assume. See, we got like helicopters and shit flying around in there. Maybe glider suit people will be like better adapted for that situation, but other people just get sucked up and killed. I don't know. It's pretty cool looking though. All in all, I think it's a good trailer. Outside the music, I think it's dorky. Although I do love those hard hits. But everything else is very cool. This definitely has me pretty excited for Battlefield. I can't wait for the 13th to see actual gameplay. I want to see, because this is all concept. This is all proof of concept stuff. But it does seem like it's going to get fucking crazy in this game, and I can't wait for it. So we got some info here I'm going to read through, kind of give us some insight on what to expect from this. This is via Nibble. I never know how to say his name. I guess it's at Nibellion, so maybe it's or Nibellion. Probably Nibellion. But these are Battlefield 2042 details. We have Conquest and Breakthrough Return, which makes sense. Game types from before. Conquest, I would be so blown away if they got rid of that. 128 players on PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and 64 players on PS4 and Xbox. So the Xbox One and PS4 are getting the PS3 and Xbox 360 treatment in that they're getting the lesser player counts. Before it was like 32 on the last consoles, like 64 on the new ones. Now we're getting 128 on the new consoles and PC and 64 on the prior consoles, which is still a lot of people. And 128, that's reminds me of MAG on PS3, which is crazy. But also, if you're a PC player of Battlefield, you've probably played servers with 128 people on them, because I know I have. So it's nothing too new, but for the series as a standard, it's pretty new, and that's quite a bit of people. So that'll be really interesting to see. Eventually, there's gonna have like 1,000 people on a fucking map, which is too much. But if the maps are huge. 7 massive maps. So 7 maps isn't that much. The number's kind of disappointing, honestly. I almost said obviously. It's so obvious. But if they're massive and there's enough dynamic events that happen in them, you can get a lot out of that, and it'll give them time to introduce more maps. Hopefully they have more ready to release pretty soon after that, but I gotta see how big these maps are before I can even really have too much of an opinion. 7's not a lot unless these maps are huge and have a lot going on. then it makes a lot of sense. Dynamic events and storms. This is what I'm kind of excited for. By kinda, I mean really excited to see what they do with that. Hopefully it's not too insane, but a huge tornado just ripping through a city is pretty insane. So we'll see how they do that. I hope when a tornado goes through a city, if it does in the game, it just like decimates everything to the point where like buildings you've gone before, like all the windows are blasted down shit, and like buildings are completely different than they were before. That'd be insane. Seasons with battle passes, one free and one paid for. So seasons make sense. Battle passes make sense. Fucking not a huge fan of battle passes. Out October 22nd, so end of the year. Called that, but it makes sense because Call of Duty and Battlefield always come out at the end of the year, November, October-ish. We got some pictures we'll look at in a sec, but we got a couple more details. A few more Battlefield 2042 details. No campaign, so that's confirmed. We'll get back to that. New mode coming, hazard mode. Is that a fucking battle royale maybe? Maybe it's a tornado all around you that's just coming in. That'd be stupid. A new way to play Battlefield to be detailed at EA Play in July. What? Via fucking Game Pass streaming, maybe? I don't know what that means. Open beta planned. No details yet. Well, we're in June, and you're coming out in October, so it's got to be soonish, whenever that comes out. The maps will be apparently smaller on last-gen consoles. That's not a surprise. It's something they did with the last Battlefields, specifically 3 and 4. I remember having significantly smaller maps on the last consoles. I have no experience with any Battlefields after that with consoles before, because we've been pretty deep into this console cycle for a while now. Enhanced terrain deformation. Let's see it. I can't, you can tell me that all day. I want to see it. So we'll wait for gameplay on that. And Eurogamer had an interview with DICE's Daniel Berlin, the lack of campaign and battle royale mode. Let's read that real quick. I think that's just something that enables us to really lean into what we're best at. I was going to say that. Battlefield 2042 design director Daniel Berlin told Eurogamer about the lack of single-player campaign, something that's been a series mainstay since Battlefield 3. If you look at... whatever. There's so many games before Battlefield 3, it's not a mainstay. I guess it is. It's been on. Whatever. If you look at the DNA of the studio, what we've been doing for so long, we just said, you know what, we're not going to have a traditional single-player campaign this time around, but we're going to pull all that emphasis and all those resources into building depth into the multiplayer, because that is what we do best. Okay, so outside of Bad Company, which is not even the same series really, and then Battlefield 3 and 4, where they like fucked around a little bit with the single player, Battlefield since the beginning has always been primarily a multiplayer game. Before they came out on console, they only had the multiplayer, and that's where Battlefield was best, when they only work on the multiplayer. So the campaigns have never been good. They're only added to kind of appeal to the people who don't like multiplayer. But if you don't like multiplayer, Battlefield is not for you. It never has been. I know that might sound like exclusive, but like that's just the game. You bought into a game that was meant for multiplayer. The single players have always lacked. They've never been great. They're very short, and they feel added on, tacked on, not well made. They look good graphically, but that's it. So Battlefield doing the no campaign is a return to form. It's back to normal for me, and I prefer that. Put all that work into your multiplayer and make that multiplayer fucking amazing. So that's where I stand with that. I'm all for it. People who are upset about the no campaign thing, because I know people are going to be upset about that, just like what they did with Battlefield 4, Call of Duty 4, or Black Ops 4. But that makes sense, because Call of Duty's always had that going on. Like that's a pretty typical thing. I know they're gonna be upset though. That's the whole point I'm trying to make here. This is a good thing. We don't need the single player for Battlefield. We need Battlefield to be as good at being Battlefield as possible. And what Battlefield does is big team battles on big maps with crazy dynamic fucking destruction and insane, crazy, hectic battles with a lot of people on the map. And it sounds like that's what we're getting. So I'm personally very excited. though I sympathize with people who want that single player. Battlefield's better when it's not doing that. Even in Battlefield 5, we talked about recently, the single player is like these little fucking blips of like interaction with cinematics and shooting AI that sucks, and a co-op mode that's okay. It was okay. Like, no one's missing that. So I'm 100%. I think I've been pretty clear. I'm very, very okay with this. All right, let's look at these pictures real quick. I don't know if this is in-game or if it's CGI, which is a great thing for them to probably hear, because I can't tell. Like, and I'm gonna guess this is probably in-game because Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1 had ray tracing, were gorgeous games, and this could completely be in-game. With these reflections we're seeing here, the tank details, the explosions, this is probably completely in-game. And it looks incredible. This looks really fucking good if this is in-game. But that's speculation. This is all speculation. I don't know anything about anything. Ever. Nothing. This also looks really fucking cool. We see this vehicle, this hovercraft going across the sand, helicopter in the background, and dog robot, which is pretty sick looking. That thing looks aggressive. I fucking love the way it looks. Next picture, we have the wing diver from EDF flying in from really high up. Some kind of array happening over here on the ground. Very divided looking terrain, which is really cool looking. In Battlefield 1, there was this map where like half the map was like this beautiful town and fields, all green and grassy, and then you keep moving and it's like no man's land where the war's at. Like the whole terrain is just destroyed and muddy and exploded. It's such a cool fucking looking map. Like, I typically am not a huge fan of maps that are just ruins, but that map had this like eeriness to it that I thought they really fucking nailed. I loved it. So anyway, they do a good job on that kind of juxtaposition of different types of terrain in one map. And then we get people jumping off a roof, which, you know, like any Battlefield, jumping off a roof is not that big a deal because you have a parachute. Everybody, for some reason, in the realistic shooter has a parachute always tucked away in their backpack that they can reuse over and over again. The games have always been futuristic, even during World War II. But now we have people who can fly around, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm going to fucking just admit it. But yeah, we got different people jumping off of the building, different looking classes, which is interesting. I heard rumors that there's going to be specializations in this game too. So that's probably what we're looking at here. I mean, I've been saying this whole time, but now that I'm thinking about it, that it's probably specializations. Hopefully they don't get too crazy with that though. I just thought about that. Hopefully this isn't like a hero shooter. That would be such a mistake. Anyway, yeah. People jumping off, jets flying by. The maps are big enough. If they're massive, they're going to definitely have a lot of room to fly around. These densely packed and populated maps with like buildings and stuff will be really interesting to see with jets. Helicopters make complete sense. You know, the perfect terrain for that kind of thing. And this map looks gigantic. This might be one of those massive maps they're talking about. We have a park here, streets. There's like a stadium over there. There's these huge skyscrapers that they're on, jumping off of into this park. Bunch of smoke and shit over there. At first I thought it was like a circle for a battle royale. I'm like so worried about battle royale. Like, oh god, this is the battle royale. This is the battle royale. They're definitely going to try it. We're not out of the water yet. On that one. And yeah, I think that's all the pictures for Battlefield 2042. And then, as much as I lament that we're not getting a 2140 anything, I do think it's clever that we've gotten a 1942, a 2142, and they went, what are we doing? Well, people want modern warfare again. They want us to go back to like 3-4. Well, let's go a little futuristic and just call it 2042. Because it's kind of futuristic. It's a little in the future, but also modern. I think it's clever. It's also not a mainline number. It's not 6. Even though, holy shit, Battlefield, you're all over the fucking place. You're like, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, because World War One, but World War Two, we're gonna call it Battlefield 5 because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. And then 2042, and then 6, and then Battlefield 0, and then Battlefield 2.5. Get your shit together. All right. Well, overall, I'm pretty excited for this game. It's been a while since I could be excited for a Battlefield, and this is the Battlefield that we're getting. It's looking dope. I like what I'm hearing. There's a couple things I'm kind of worried about them maybe going too far with, but I haven't seen it, so I can't really speak on that. And yeah, cool trailer. I like the tone of everything, the visuals. I like the logo. I like the music outside of the dorky shit. And can't wait to see more on this, and I can't wait to see more shit shown at E3 in general. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about Battlefield 2042? Is this the direction you want them to go? Is this not the direction you want them to go? What do you think about these different classes or specializations we're seeing? Do you have info on that I didn't get or read? What do you think about the name 2042? Is there a different kind of Battlefield you were hoping for? What do you think about battle royales? Are you excited for them to maybe touch on that, make a new one, or maybe carry over from where they started with the last game? We think about the big team battles of 128 on the map and less on the prior consoles. Is that something that you think is too much or not enough? What do you think about the Levolution upgrade 2.0 with the tornadoes, robots? Anything that's got you concerned? Anything you're super excited about? And yeah, let me know everything you're thinking about in the comments below when it comes to Battlefield. And yeah, stay tuned. We got a stream coming out tonight. It'll be around midnight. And then more streams Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It's going to be a busy one. But streams only make sense for me because then I don't have to edit shit. I can just watch it, hang out with you guys, and be done with it. So it sounds great to me. All right, well, I will see you guys soon for E3 and Games Fest, Summer Games Fest. Until then, have a good one, guys, and take it easy.